you. He was here before and he spoke to you before. I want you to understand what all of the activists have done yesterday, walk through this constituency and the community to invite you to be here tonight. I want to give a round of applause to all the activists who are here and who were here yesterday. Rakeeb Mohammed is no stranger in the sugar industry. Rakeeb Mohammed have worked and toiled in the sugar industry, in the factories and the surrounding areas. I bring to you Rakeeb Mohammed, the President General of the Pan Boilers Association and the Ex-Carney Association of Workers. Comrade Rakeeb.
Thank you, Brother John. President General of the All Trinidad General Workers Trade Union, other members of the head table, and young Ronald who just spoke to you as an offspring of ex-Carney worker. I congratulate you, my son. I congratulate you. And I'm going to put forward to the leaders of this organization where we could set up a youth arm belonging to all ex-Carney workers, Sharon. My dear brother Maraj, I hope you will listen to me tonight. My dear brothers and sisters, I am here to give you a little rundown on whatever has taken place for the last 3 years, where we have been struggling and struggling with a government of Trinidad and Tobago who we had put in power and who had promised within 6 months to solve or even partially solve all our issues relating to the ex-Carney workers. Tonight, we are not here only to talk about the ex-Carney workers, but we are here to talk on all issues of the whole entire Vancouver North and Trinidad and Tobago. My dear brothers and sisters, it all started in 2011 when I was asked by several gentlemen from the South area and one of your own who born and grew here, Mr. Jaishima Ramsubag, I was asked to take up the issue of the sweetener loan. And I did so in 2011 with several meetings with government ministers and different entities, ADB, Unit Trust, and we had been successful in 2013, January 9th, when we met Mr. Vasan Bharat, and he had agreed that the PNM government, who had issued the sweetener and the Unit Trust investment, they had conned 3,150 people of their money, and he agreed with that. But we had not a legal case, but we had a moral case. And I told him, under spirituality and morality, a government who never lose an election was removed. So we are entitled to our money. Lo and behold, 5 months after, when we agreed that the 2% management fee would be paid to all ex-Carney workers, and we would submit a proposal for the interest. The interest where each person was expecting somewhere around $49,000 on a $100,000 investment. We were successful, and on September 5th, 2013, the 3,150 people were paid their 2% management fee. And we also negotiated where it was hidden under the PNM, where it was hidden that $109 million was accumulated in interest for the first 3 years of that sweetener plan. And we had initiated and negotiated 47.5%, which is $51.89 million to be paid to you. And on the 27th of July, in the Shogunas West by-election rally, if you go back to the Express, 28 July, you would see Health Center for Felicity. And it was promised in that meeting by our Prime Minister that the 2% management fee was cabinet approved, and she committed her government $50 million for the interest. We had submitted all the calculation for each and every single person, and until today, my dear brothers and sisters, we had submitted 3 times, and the government, our government, your government, which you have voted for, have refused to pay us that money. My dear brothers and sisters, we are trying our best for the government of Trinidad and Tobago to pay you that money before the election. Concerning your daily paid pension, I was dealing with the staff issue pension, and we were successful in the staff pension sometime November last year. And being a staff member, I decided to join this organization under Mr. Nirvan Maharaj to fight for you, the ex-Carney worker who is daily paid and who was deprived by the previous administration of the All Trinidad General Workers Trade Union. And I decide that I will go to the end to seek all your interests concerning whatever you were supposed to receive in your BSEP package. My dear brothers and sisters, when we marched on April 26th in the hot sun by the thousands from Bridget Castle to Renzi Complex, the government, we had given until June 10th to regularize all our issue. Lo and behold, we met with the Minister of Lands and Marine Resources on the 9th of June. And we were promised that all ex-Carney workers would be given their lease. But we will come to the lease later. And then on 18th of July, we marched in the rain in Port Spain by the hundreds, and we delivered a letter to the Prime Minister with 12 points. And I want to deal with a couple of those points. When we met with the Inter-Ministerial Committee on the 8th of August and on the 26th of August. On the 26th of August, we had agreed in principle. We had agreed in principle that all ex-Carney workers who are receiving their $650 pension should be elevated to $2,000. And my dear brothers and sisters, it was said in that meeting that they will spread it across the board, whereby the ceiling will no longer be $3,900, but they will raise it to $4,500. We have not had any response from any Carney worker as yet if that increase has been implemented since January month. I know some people are receiving their $650 and $473, but I cannot say if they are receiving their ceiling to $4,500. And my dear brothers and sisters, we also promised and we also agreed on that same day in principle that 1,000 housing lots will be distributed by Republic Day. 27th August Newsday, go back to that day, page 16, and you will see where we had negotiated and where the government of Trinidad and Tobago had promised 1,000 lots by the 24th of September, not one single lot were given out. Not one single lot. And this is January month, my dear brothers and sisters. I want you to understand what is taking place. It is only promises, promises, and promises. And this is not the PNM I am talking about, according to my leader. This is your government which we have voted for. We also indicated in that meeting that those who cannot cultivate the agricultural lands, the government should set a benchmark of $250,000 to come to $250,000 to give to that ex-Carney worker for compensation. And we agreed in principle that that would be taken to the Minister of Finance. Until today, we have had no word on that. So my dear brothers and sisters, we are struggling, and we are struggling every single day, while each and everybody are doing their homework and their normal work. We are struggling and fighting not only for the ex-Carney workers, but their children and all other citizens in Couva North. And we, my dear brothers and sisters, in Couva North have had poor representation from our government. And it is time, my dear brothers and sisters, we send a message to our government that come 2015, Couva North will only be represented by someone who lives in Couva North for more than 10 years. And we want no outsider again. And I promise you, my dear brothers and sisters, the National Solidarity Assembly, win, lose or draw, if no one from Couva North is given this seat, we will be contesting that election. So, my dear brothers and sisters, I hope I enlightened you enough. We had a rough day today, and all our head speakers have been on the ground. All our activists have been on the ground. Following week, we'll be moving to other areas, and we hope to get our business fixed before the 2015 election. So, my dear brothers and sisters, I want to thank you very much and wish you all a very good night.
Thank you, Comrade Rakeeb. Brothers and sisters, you heard the recap of all what has taken place and all the meetings that we have been to over the last 2 years. Over the last 2 years, the Alternate General Workers' Trade Union had changes in this organization. We had today a man at the helm for 2 years now, has bring the organization to life and to be active in the cause of what we call the oppression of the sugar workers concerning their visa package and the 2-acre plot and the house lot. Mr. Nirvan Maharaj is the President General of the Alternate Union for 2 years. And he couldn't do miracles in 2 years. He now began to bring the fight to the people who are supposed to solve your problem. He is the President General of the Alternate General Workers' Trade Union. He's the leader of the National Solidarity Assembly. He has been the second Vice President of NATUC. And he is also a member of the NIS Tribunal. I bring to you a man who have not been afraid of the threats and the message that has been sent to him ongoingly, but he is here today to address you. Attorney at law, comrade and brother Nirvan Maharaj, the leader of the Alternate General Workers' Trade Union.